Good morning. It's March the 14th, 2018. Time to kick off another trading day. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have been overcompensated for the impact of any certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, today the auctions are behind us. The 3-year was the weakest, the 10 and the 30-year were the strongest. That usually yields a pause day. Dealers balance their books, balance their positions, get the paper out to their clients. The clients accept delivery. So the appetite for 3, 10, and 30-year paper cash has been satisfied. So essentially we have a flat market right here, not a lot of interest one way or the other, without news. What can stir people up and get them going? The dealers didn't sell 100% of these issues. They hold some of it back. The news, if away from the consensus, can force the dealer community to move. And we have a lot of news today. PPI up 0.2. PPI is a precursor. X-Food and Energy up 0.2. X-Food, Energy, and Trade Services up 0.3. Retail sales plus 0.4. X-Autos plus 0.4. Atlanta business inflation, don't know. I imagine it'll be 2%, what it was last time. Business inventories up 0.5%. And crude inventories forecast to be plus 2.2. Crude rallied a little bit last night. The build and the APIs plus 1.16. It was below the forecast. Gasoline drew 1.26 million barrels. And distillates drew 4.26. So distillates, which the market doesn't trade, that's diesel fuel and jet fuel A, transportation fuel, and it shows pretty good economic activity. So what they would like to see is a build less than 2.2 and a draw more than 1.26 million barrels. Like the short side of the market, got a 12 to 16 sell 1, 19 to 23 sell 2. On the buy side, I think we can go lower. I'm going to put a question mark at 9. 1 to 5 buy 1. We're going to play for a trading range. And then 25, 29 buy 2. We had a fabulous day trading yesterday. I mean, we had a day, actually a couple of days in the preceding week where every trade, they set up as advertised. They quickly moved like they were supposed to. Those are the days that we can be very grateful and thankful for. Last week, Wednesday, was the day we stubbed our toes. Nothing worked for the first hour. And the markets kicked in after the first hour and started to make some moves. So hopefully today the news will kick things off early and we'll have an easy go of it. The news focus will be PPI and retail sales, X-Autos. Those two news focuses right there. Okay, you can see the selling started in London right below 20. Last rotate up was 12, so 12 to 16 is number 1. 1923, sell 1. 2731, sell 2. Well, we'll make the buck to 04, number 1. So I'm guessing 144 might hold up. 25s to 29s, buy 1. 17s to 21s, buy 2. I think the first trade of the day is a sale. I wish we'd be a little bit higher. But we've got news to get through, so we'll come back and reassess the markets after the news. We'll be there at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. Take a look at PPI and retail sales. See if we can shake the money tree a little bit. Yesterday, crude and Emini. Not saying it was like shooting fish in a barrel, but we had great help from the room. Sonny and Scott pointing out where we should be buyers and sellers of the Emini. Scott came up with that 2787 call, which was fabulous. So we get good help from participants in the room. Okay, gold. Last night we wanted to sell 28 to 30. Did just get up over 30. We had hoped to buy 23s to 25s. So we caught both sides of the market for our European contingent. So we'll make 29.31, sell 1. 33.35, sell 2. On the buy side, we'll make 22.24, buy 1. And 17 to 19 by 2. Well, I think basketball gets underway big time tomorrow. We'll hold the national interest. It is a fabulous tournament because the number 1 and number 2 seeds can fall right and left. One off day, if you go up against a team that's got a hot hand, has an on day like that, you're gone. And every basketball team out there, defense plays well. But on some days you can't miss a basket, and on other days you can't buy a basket. It's just kind of the way it goes. So everybody will have a lot of interest. Wichita, Kansas has the first round here, and everybody's really excited about that. A couple of friends that have restaurants downtown, and one guy, the weather's going to really cooperate, put up a enclosed area and blocked off for 180 extra seats, which would be quite a haul for him. So 50,000 people are supposed to, from out of town, supposed to come here and watch this. We'll see if that actually happens. So everybody's looking forward to the weekend here. Okay, we're at 80 right now. 124 even, sell 1. 15 to 25, sell 2. The data, if as forecast on the euro, should take it a little bit lower. So we'll play that. It's going to come in as forecast. 50 to 60, buy 1. And I'll put a question mark at 75. Which way does the news go? Then 25 to 35, buy 2. Just leaning against support, with a little bit more room to the downside because of the news. All those poor pictures of Hillary slipping and not being able to stand up in India. I wonder what's wrong with her. Back during the election, she was really hyped to have Parkinson's disease or the rest of it, but there's something physically that has taken hold on her, and that's too bad. You hate to see people afflicted with anything, no matter who they are. A lot of things you wouldn't wish on anybody, even though you can disagree with them. Okay, we have the APIs are a little bit better than forecast. The EIAs are forecast to be, so the APIs we built 1.16, so it was a build. Our forecast is plus 2.2. For the EIA, gasoline drew minus 1.26. Distillates drew minus 4.26. So down to the news. You know, we went through a period of time there where it was 30 to 40 ticks. We've had a couple of 60, 70 tick days here of late, which gives us more trading opportunities. So we're pointed higher right now. Let's make 61.50, 75, sell one. We'll get started. Maybe selling against 61.50. So 61.48 fade would be pretty good. 62 even, 62 and a quarter, sell two. On the buy side, 60.50, 60.75, buy one. And I would put a question mark at 61. It depends on where that first rotation stops. Cheap Charlie always tries to buy cheaper. And we move it up pretty quickly though. Okay, the Emini, 1 day of selling. I still like the Emini. I mean, the what I see, the underlying economy is strong and getting stronger. Doesn't stop it from selling, and we worked the hell out of the short side yesterday. So I think the see right up in here, this 90 area, there's a little dent right there at 90, stops above 90. We've got volume, so right here a limit sell at 86, right there a limit sell at 89. So 90 looks like it might be pretty good resistance. And last rotate up in E period yesterday before the spill that took us down was at 93. So this 90 to 93 area looks like pretty good resistance. On the buy side, I think 70 is probably pretty good support. So 66, 71, buy one. 84, 89, sell one. 94, 99, sell two. 55, 61, 56, 61, buy two. Okay, PPI plus 0.2. Core plus 0.2. X Food, X Energy, X Trade Services plus 0.3. Retail sales, both categories, plus 0.4. X Auto plus 0.4. Business inventories plus 0.5. And then the crude numbers won't impact the trading. So we've got, as opposed to our usual 2-point spread for our buys and sells, we've got 5 points because of the volatility. Hasn't hurt us so far. We've been able to execute and achieve some modicum of trade location, which is the goal. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I will be back for the 8:30 Eastern news announcements. See you then. Well, she's that too, Jeff. Wouldn't wish that on anybody either. Back in a bit.